why do I oppose this bill? I understand the spirit behind it, that India voted for in favor of eradication of leprosy in Union General Assembly by Resolution 65 2015, March 2011. Madam, my opposition to this bill is that number one, the National Leprosy Elimination Program report recorded new 1,35,485 new detection 2016 and 17. This means every 4 minutes a person is diagnosed with leprosy. Now in 2000, the finance minister said in his budget speech that in 2018 leprosy will be eradicated. That has not been the case. Now why do I oppose it, madam? Is that in Islam, because we are amending Muslim personal law, a marriage is a contract, and it is a contract signed between two parties, consenting parties. The Indian Contract Act of 1872, madam, says for contract to be valid, it is required that it is free from every undue influence, fraud, and so, madam, over here, if a party is concealing a disease because I am marrying, it's a civil contract. So this in itself, madam, consent is impaired, and according to Indian contract law, section 17, madam, the active concealment of a fact by one having knowledge or belief is fraud. So that is why I oppose this bill, that in Islam you do not understand, it is a civil contract. Now and that amendment to the Muslim Dissolution of Marriage Act is for a woman. It is not for a man. You are taking away the right of a woman to divorce a man who is concealing his disease. So that is why it is important to understand that in Hindu law, madam, it is kanyadan. A man is giving his daughter to another man. Here in Islam is not that case. It is a contract which is being signed between a husband and a wife, and if a wife does not know that a husband is having ailment, that in itself is null and void. So, and last point, Madam Speaker, I want to bring to your notice that in the triple talaq bill, you must have heard, madam, Muslim देशों में क्या हो रहा है, Islamic देशों में क्या हो रहा है. Madam, may I know from the Honorable Minister, आपका कोई मुस्लिम देश का लॉ पढ़े? पाकिस्तान का 1961 ऑर्डिनेंस, बांग्लादेश का 1971 का ऑर्डिनेंस. Leprosy is a ground for divorce. Now why is it that you have not looked into all Muslim पड़ोसी देश में क्या हो रहा है, उस पाकिस्तान में क्या हो रहा है, ईरान में क्या हो रहा है? Madam, that is why I say this is a duplicity of this government, and leprosy should be eradicated, but your government is not spending money. 1,35,00,000 selective. And may I know from the government through you, after 377 judgment of Supreme Court, section 13 of Hindu Marriage Act says that sodomy is a ground for divorce. Would you take it out now? I want to know from you, would section 13 apply to a Hindu marriage or not after 377 judgment? So may I request the government to please do not interfere in Muslim personal law. Marriage is a civil contract, and the wife should know if a husband is suffering from an ailment, because it's a contract. Concealment of fact, according to Indian Contract Act, is a fraud, madam. That is why I oppose this bill.